Welcome to Soundscape, where we don't just hear music, we step inside the moment it was born. Today, we're going to explore a song that did far more than just top the charts. It became an anthem, a war cry for anyone staring down a challenge, a song that dared millions of people to face their fear. This is Lose Yourself by Eminem, a masterclass in storytelling about pressure, purpose, and that one single moment that can change absolutely everything. Get ready, because we're going deep into the story behind the song that defined a generation. By the early 2000s, Marshall Mathers, known to the world as Eminem, was already a global superstar. He had broken barriers, sold millions of records, and courted controversy at every turn. But beneath the surface of that staggering success, there was a constant battle. Doubt, exhaustion, and the relentless fight to prove he belonged in a genre and a world that often questioned his very presence. This is the fertile ground from which Lose Yourself grew. The song was written for the movie 8 Mile, a semi-autobiographical film that drew heavily from Eminem's own life. It was a gritty, unflinching look at a young white rapper trying to make his mark in the predominantly black hip-hop scene of Detroit, a city marked by poverty, judgment, and rejection. This wasn't just another song commissioned for a soundtrack. It was a confession, a diary entry set to a beat. Eminem famously wrote much of the song's lyrics on the set of the movie itself. Picture this. Between takes, surrounded by the chaos of a film production, he would retreat into quiet corners, scribbling verses on scraps of paper. He wasn't just recalling old feelings, he was reliving them, capturing the raw, unfiltered emotion of his past while it was being reenacted right in front of him. This method wasn't just for show. It was a way to tap directly into the anxiety and hunger that defined his early years, ensuring the song felt less like a performance and more like a visceral, immediate experience. The result is a track that breathes with authenticity, born from a unique convergence of past and present. Now, let's talk about that iconic opening. The song doesn't start with a boast or a grand declaration, it starts with a physical manifestation of fear. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti. From the very first line, we are plunged headfirst into a state of pure, crippling anxiety. We're not in a glamorous concert hall. We're in the grimy bathroom of a club, with a character on the verge of collapsing. This isn't about the glory of being a superstar. It's about standing on the precipice of a life-changing opportunity and being utterly convinced you're about to fail spectacularly in front of everyone who matters. The character, B-Rabbit, isn't just nervous. He's terrified of falling back into the nothingness he's so desperately trying to escape. This opening masterfully grounds the song not in fame, but in the universal human experience of fear. And then comes the line that ignited a fire in millions. The core message. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. This verse transcended music. It became a global mantra, a personal creed for anyone who ever felt the weight of a single, decisive moment. Think about it. The song speaks to everyone. It speaks to the artist staring at a blank canvas, the student about to take a final exam, the entrepreneur pitching their dream to investors, the parent trying to build a better life for their family. It's for anyone who has ever felt trapped by their circumstances, dreaming of a way out. Eminem isn't rapping about the victory lap. He's rapping about the courage it takes to even step into the ring. The message isn't about winning, it's about showing up. It's about recognizing that moment and refusing to let fear make the decision for you. It's a call to action, a reminder that potential is meaningless without the courage to act on it. But the song doesn't just stay in that motivational space. It delves into the struggle, revealing a deeper, more complicated meaning. He's so mad, but he won't give up that easy, no. He won't have it, he knows his whole back's to these ropes. It don't matter, he's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. This section is crucial. It shows that talent and desire aren't always enough. The world is indifferent. Obstacles are real. Then later, the lyrics shift perspective, touching on the fleeting nature of success itself. Now he's a father. He's got a daughter to feed. He's grown farther from home. He's no father. He goes home and barely knows his own daughter. These lines reveal a darker truth. Even after you make it, the pressure doesn't just disappear, it transforms. The fear of failure is replaced by the fear of losing what you've gained. The world is fickle. You're only as good as your last hit, your last success. And if you fall, the world, as the song suggests, simply moves on. This adds a layer of profound realism to the track, acknowledging that the fight never truly ends. So why did Lose Yourself change music? Because it revolutionized hip-hop storytelling. For a long time, mainstream rap was often associated with bravado, with narratives centered on wealth, status, and dominance. Eminem flipped that script. Lose Yourself was about vulnerability. It was about anxiety, self-doubt, hunger, and the raw instinct for survival. It was a character study, a 3-act play condensed into 5 minutes of breathless intensity. The song's structure itself is cinematic, with a building tension, a climatic release, and a reflective conclusion. This narrative power is why it became the very first rap song to win an Academy Award for Best Original Song. It was a landmark moment, a validation from the highest echelons of filmmaking that hip-hop could be as cinematic, as emotional, and as deeply human as any other art form. It didn't just win an award, it broke down a wall, proving that the stories from the streets of Detroit could resonate in the halls of Hollywood and beyond. Ultimately, Lose Yourself is more than just a song. It's a powerful reminder that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action despite it. True confidence isn't about believing you can't fail, it's about knowing you might and trying anyway. The scariest moments in our lives, the ones where everything is on the line, are often the ones that matter the most. They are the moments that define us. And maybe that's why, decades after its release, this song still hits with the same force. Because deep down, whether we admit it or not, we're all standing on a stage somewhere in our lives, our palms a little sweaty, waiting for our one moment, just hoping we don't let it slip. If it's been a while since you've listened to Lose Yourself, I encourage you to put it on today. But this time, really listen. Don't just hear it as a hit song from the 2000s. Hear it as a story, a lesson, a reminder that your moment might not come twice. This is Soundscape, where music meets meaning. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story.